Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this eyeshadow look that I'm currently wearing. It is my first fall eyeshadow look of the year using my new Colourpop palette, the Yes Please palette. So if you want to see how to make your eyes look like a fall sunset, then keep on watching. Now I've already cleaned all of my brushes and got them ready to go. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with a transition shade. For the transition shade, I'm going to use this one on the bottom right here called Chauffeur. And we'll just go ahead and put that in the crease using the Luxie 205 brush. It's just a big fluffy brush, if you can see that. These colors are so pigmented, super creamy, and easy to work with and blend. I'm loving this palette. If you haven't gotten your hands on it yet, you definitely should. It's like the ultimate fall palette. It has the perfect mix of matte shades as well as shimmer shades, and it's been my go-to, and I haven't even had to use any other shades out of any other palettes, so that's been pretty awesome. Now this color is going to end up being completely covered up, but I just like to start out with a nice transition shade. Got you guys a little bit better zoomed in here. So you can see I'm holding my brush further back, like I've said before. That actually blends out the shade more. Still just blending out that shade Chauffeur that we're starting with. The next color I'm going to go in with is this one right here called Champs. It's an orangey shade, and that is going to be the color that we go into first to start creating the actual look. For that, I'm going to use a fluffy dense brush. Just dip into the color and blow off the excess and put that right into the top of the crease here. Just blending it back and forth, back and forth. I love every color in this palette that I have tried. I mean, literally. Okay, my brush is still a little wet, so that's I'm gonna have to get a different brush. Gonna go in with this one with no product on it just to kind of blend out that orange from where my brush was a little wet. I just cleaned all of my brushes, and I didn't really wait to give them super time to dry, which usually it doesn't take very long. So anyway, now just gonna dip lightly into the orange. I'm telling you, these colors are super pigmented and so pretty. I love it. Okay, for the next shade that we're going to go into, it's going to be this one right here, and that is called Butter Cake. For that, I'm going to take a smaller tapered brush. This brush is just stained. It's clean, but it's just stained from use. And then put that just a little lower into the crease, just to create a gradient effect. Back and forth motions. I'm bringing that lower down onto the lid as well. And just going ahead and covering up the lid. Except for I really don't put it on the inner corner because we're going to put something else there, which we're going to put something else on the lid too, but just to get that gradient effect that we want, it's best for blending purposes to go ahead and put it in there like so. Next, I'm going back with the first brush that I used with the brown shade on it and just going to dip into the orange just to kind of blend out that color that we just put on and to bring the orange up just a little higher. When you're working with this many colors, it's not a look that you can just sit down and do super quickly. You got to take your time and really blend it, or you could end up looking crazy. Now, this is literally probably one of my favorites. I'm gonna take this yellow shade right here called French Kiss. It's kind of a weird name for a yellow, but whatever. And I'm gonna go right at the top, ever so lightly. I mean, I'm using the lightest amount of pressure because these colors are so pigmented. Using the very lightest amount of pressure and just blending that in. Starting to look like a sunset, wouldn't you say? love it so much. Now I'm going to take a flat synthetic brush. And I don't know if you guys saw my live about this, but I was telling you then that I thought that this was going to be my favorite shade, and it is. I love it. It's called Note to Self. And I'm just going to get that onto this brush, and then we're going to pat it into the inner corner over. Do you see how freaking pigmented this is? Oh my God, I love it. And I'm just going to go about to the center of the eye with this, and not coming up too far. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now I'm going to go back in with this brush right here, and I'm going to take this darkest shade in the palette called Mischief, and I'm going to put this just on the outer corner of the eye. Keeping it low and just on the outer corner, just to blend just a little bit into the crease, but just barely, because I really don't want to cover up all that pretty red. But I do want to deepen up the look just a tad, so just using the tiniest amount, blending it, and then we'll bring it over in the crease just a tad. Now back with the very first brush that we used, the big fluffy Luxie 205, I'm going to go back in with the red shade and just blend that out a little bit more into the crease. And that is pretty much the sunset eye. Now, I'm going to take a flat shader brush, the synthetic brush, with yellow on it, and put that right into the inner corner. I know it looks crazy right now. Just hang with me. Just hang with me. Okay, then I'm going into the orange shade and just dipping it onto the tip of the brush and start to work that onto the lower lash line, just about halfway over, matching the top of the eye, just really close to the lash line. Then the red, again really, really close to the lash line. We'll take this all the way over. And then just the slightest touch of the deep brown right at the outer corner, just lightly. Okay, so that is pretty much the completed look. Now I'm going to go in with my NYX. This is the NYX retractable eyeliner in the shade Bronze, and I'm going to put that on the upper and lower waterline. I'm going to do this off camera, and I'll come back and show you, because watching this makes my eyes water, so I'm not going to put you through that. Okay, so I've put that into the waterline. When I'm doing a look like this, I prefer to do a bronze or a brown eyeliner rather than a black, just so it doesn't take away from the look. It still defines your eye, but it doesn't take away from the look that you've created. Okay, guys, so this is the final look. I think it pretty much does look like a fall sunset. What do you think? If you have enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified for future videos from me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.